welcome to Our Amazing Kids. Today I am here with Spencer. Spencer, how old are you?
I am 8. I turned 8 just recently, actually.
When was your birthday?
It was August 28th.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
It was.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So I know why we're really here is because you love comic books, Spencer.
Yes, I love it.
I know.
have one set up right here already.
I went out to the lobby to meet Spencer, and he already has a comic book made, and I can't wait to see it. Do you want to show it to us?
Sure. So here it is. It's a story about what's going to happen today.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not very accurate though.
Oh, so it's about today, the show.
Mm-hmm.
No way. Can I see it?
Sure.
So you did this all yourself?
Yes.
You wrote it, you illustrated it.
Mhm.
That's amazing. Wow. So what got you into comic books?
Well, ever since I started watching Captain Underpants, I think.
Captain Underpants. I remember those books from when I was your age.
Mhm.
And they made a TV show out of it?
Yeah.
That's
And a
really
movie.
great. And a movie. Which one's better?
I think the movie.
The movie. Yeah, better than the TV show.
Mhm.
What about better than the comics?
I like the comics
You like the comics better. Usually the book is better, right?
because they have many comics in them.
So do you have other favorite comics besides Captain Underpants?
I like Dogman. I like Bone, and all sorts of other comics.
So can you get these all like at the bookstore?
You can get some of them at the bookstore. Some you have to buy,
Some you have to buy, okay, like online or something?
and some are at the library. Too.
Okay. So do you take yourself to the library and get comics?
Yeah. At
So-
school though.
At school? That's great that they have that for you. So I don't know much about comics. I mean, I know, DC Comics, Marvel Comics, like the big movie blockbusters. Do you like those?
I like some of them. I like DC Comics. I like all the DC comics.
Okay. So tell me who those are.
And
then.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles too.
Oh, I didn't even know those were comics.
There's a comic about them.
Yeah. So who are the DC Comics?
The DC Comics is Superman, Batman, Flash.
Okay. All the big
Superman.
superheroes. Wonder Woman, right?
Wonder
Woman. Which one's your favorite?
My favorite one is Batman
Batman. Why do you like Batman?
because he's packed with gadgets.
Packed with gadgets, yeah. Can you do the Batman voice?
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. Batman. Have you seen all the Batman movies too?
I've seen some of them. Some of them. That's for sure.
Do you like them?
Yes, I love them.
Do you like all the DC comic movies? Do you think they did a good job?
Yeah, they did a good job.
I really liked
I've
Wonder
only
Woman.
seen one, but it's really good.
Which one?
DC Comics superheroes.
Is that?
It's the one with Batman, Deathstroke, and all sorts of the other ones too. But it includes most of them. It also includes the Teen Titans in it.
Oh, so all of them. Was this like in the theaters or is this like one of the cartoons?
It's on DVR.
It's on DVR. Okay. Is it cartoon or real people?
It's Lego.
Oh, it's Lego. Okay, cool. I like those. He has a very distinct Batman voice. So what kind of comics have you made besides the one about today?
I have made a Cars one, not like the actual movie Cars, but a Cars that I made up.
Oh.
And I made a Cars 2, I made Minecraft comics, I've made how my business of comics got created. It's an imaginary business, but
Okay.
it's a business I do at school.
Can you tell me about that?
It's called Comic Masters.
Comic Masters. And what does Comic Masters do?
Comic Masters is a business that I have at school where we make a ton of comics and sell them, but the people that have them return it to us because we don't have that much made yet. So, yeah.
So you make your own comics and then you sell them at school?
Yes.
That's incredible. You're a businessman already. So how many comics do you have that you've sold to your fellow students?
I have sold One.
One? Hey,
One.
more than I could say. I was still pretending to be a dog when I was your age. So which one was it that you sold?
It was a Minecraft comic. Oh, it was actually Cars.
Cars. Okay. And what happens in that one?
So you want to hear about the second one or first one?
How about your favorite? How about both?
Okay. So in the first one, they make a racetrack, and they think it's a cool idea, but one of them ends up losing a tire, and then at the end, they're like, "We're never doing this again." Agreed. And then in the second one, they did another racetrack, and they were like, "Remember what happened last time?" And the other person was like, "It's okay this time. I got a new tire." and then there was this category where it said old tires. It was all rusty and everything. And it said new tires, and it was like all really, really, really new. And it was just like ding.
That sounds amazing. I want to read them. Did you bring any more with you besides this one?
No, because all the other ones are in my backpack.
So how long does it take you to make a comic like that? 'Cause
It
looks
takes
pretty
me
detailed.
a half a day. It takes me a whole It takes me most of the day to finish a comic.
Yeah, that's pretty dedicated. And what about the idea before you start putting it onto paper?
I make ideas as I put it on the paper.
Okay. So it just kind of flows and yeah, you get inspired as you go.
Yes.
That's really, really neat. How many would you say that you've made in total? How many comics?
I've made like 6.
Like 6. Okay. So when did you start making them?
I started making them like a couple months ago.
A couple months ago. Okay. So something that you're newly into. And you're already so good at them. They're amazing. So what goes into the whole process? Can you kind of describe it for me?
So I come up with the name first, and then I usually have the beginning down already. And then as I go along, I get ideas 2 hours later, and then 2 hours later, right next to that. Because they watched it and see if it was good.
What do you mean they watched it?
They watched the playback of the recording.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, of this one?
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us what's happening in this comic? I know it's about today.
So it starts off with him in bed, and then he screams, "I'm gonna be on TV," and then the chair and the TV starts to wobble. And then he gets to the building. It has a sign on it, but I didn't have enough time to put anything on it, so I just scribbled on it. And then this is supposed to be a camera. I don't know how, but
I see it.
and then we get started 2 hours later, and then I finished off with, and that's how you make comics. And it says, "That's a wrap."
Nice. You got the lingo and everything.
And then let's see how it turned out. Yay! And then it has what it would look like on the camera. Hello. 2 hours later. It's amazing. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
I'm going home. Bye. And then he's driving, and then there's a rock, and pops his tire on it.
Uh-oh.
And then he goes home. He goes to bed, starts sleeping, and then that was all a dream. So it was like, today's the day again.
Oh, so that was just a dream.
Yeah.
And then this is the reality.
Yeah.
So how is this reality comparing to your dream?
It is not turning out the same.
How come?
Well, first of all, we didn't get a flat tire.
That's true. I mean, that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
And then second of all, it didn't just show 2 hours later and the show is done.
Yeah.
And that's all I can describe how it's not turning.
That's all you can describe.
I have nothing right now.
So when did you make that one about today?
I made that last night.
You made it last night?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you're ready for today, all excited, telling us all about your comic books. So if you were to tell other students or kids who are watching this, what would you tell them about making comic books?
Well, if you are watching, you should, you can either do it my way and just go with the flow and do it, making ideas while you do it, or you can just plan it and then do it. I usually make the name first, but who cares? Do it however you want.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever gives you creative inspiration, right? Yeah. So is the name what gives you inspiration? Like you just come up with the name and then it starts
Yes.
flowing?
Yeah, I just come up with the name and then poof.
And then poof, it just like magically happens.
Yeah.
You're just this comic master, right? That's great. Do you ever color them in too? And make them all
No, I'm
colorful?
more of a doodle guy than a
I'm a
coloring.
doodle guy. Yeah, I like the doodles too. Do you ever doodle during school when inspiration strikes?
Yes. Even when I'm not supposed to, too,
Even when
but
you're not supposed to.
yeah.
I mean, it can't wait though when you have a good idea.
I know. I'm not going to be able to remember this. I might as well do it now.
I think that's a good plan. I think that's a really good plan. Do you keep a notebook with you?
Yes, that's where I tear out all my pages.
Is it a special notebook?
I don't really write anything in it. I just rip pages out and make them for comics.
So I have a question. I want to start a business. I've never started a business. How did you start a business at your school?
Well, I started watching and reading Captain Underpants, and I was like, let's make my own comic. And I made it, and then I came up with the idea to make a business of it.
Yeah. You're like, why not? I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the next step for Comic Masters?
The next step for Comic Masters is where I just stuff it in my backpack, and then I just call it a day, and then just the next day take them out of my backpack, go, comics!
Get your comics! Is that how you do it at school? Get your
Yeah.
comics!
They don't pay me anything. I just do it for fun.
Okay. But hey, if it's your passion, why not just do it for fun? Do you have sites to get paid for making comics someday?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, screw it. You're only 8, right?
Yeah.
But you're 8 and already following your passion. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I still can't believe how good my comics turn out.
I can't either.
And I have my questions all laid out on here too.
You got your questions laid out. I know you're ready. What do you hope to learn more about comic books?
I hope to learn how to make comic books.
Books. Okay, so you have the pages now, and you want to make like a whole.
No, I make strips of comics.
You make strips. Okay, so these are considered strips.
Yeah.
And then how would that be different from a comic book?
A comic book would have pages and
Multiple pages.
multiple pages. That's just one thing.
Yeah, so it would look like this, but multiple pages.
Yes.
Okay. All right, everyone, thank you so much. This has been Our Amazing Kids with Spencer. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll come back to learn more about Spencer and comic books. See you guys soon.
We just finished dinner and it was time for homework. He hates homework. I know he's bright.
Why is it so hard for me?
He's
I'm
just
trying
gotta
as
try a
hard
little
as
harder.
I can.
1 in 5 children struggle with learning and attention issues. Go from misunderstanding to understood.org.
Hello, and welcome back to Our Amazing Kids. I'm Dory, and I'm here with Spencer and Dan to talk about comic books. So, Dan, it's so nice to meet you. What makes you our comic book expert?
Well, I've been, I was like 21 years old when my comic strip was nationally syndicated out of Nevada City.
Yeah.
I started when I was about his age. My father was a fighter pilot, and we were in Oklahoma, and he wanted to teach the mechanics to fix the fighter pilot's engine. When you're a fighter pilot, you want your engine to keep running so you can get out of there.
Yeah, definitely.
So your most important person is your mechanic. So he brought out a Disney artist to teach the instructors how to draw in perspective. So so that he could, so they'd be better mechanics. And so I was your age, sitting in there with all these guys learning how to draw in perspective. And that's all it is, because basically what you're doing and what you're telling them what you're doing is you're a writer, and pictures are a way to get the story across quicker. You know, and and then I like it. What you were